Gemini, I've got my eye on you, Nunu. So someone's got someone eye on a Nunu, or someone new. But a Nunu is also a Hoover or someone's Mivvy. They're down below parts. So I've got my eye on you, new. So you could be dealing with someone new for a lot of you, or they are. But don't forget, you can, if you're watching this, you can watch Capricorn, Gemini, Life Path 6. If you're a Life Path 6, you can watch this reading. If you are a Capricorn, you haven't got any Gemini on your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, you can watch this reading, okay? But you've definitely got something new on the horizon, the event horizon. So it might be something around a Leo or an Aquarius, someone new. Like, you make me feel brand new, like home is new, this is new, that's new, I'm going to have a new outfit, a new start over. Someone could be moving or has moved. Like just a new house, new home, new partner, new outfit, new look. Just, okay, new look is also a department store where they sell clothes in Britain. I don't know if they do it anywhere else, but there's a place called New Look, but it's for women. So unless you work in a department store and you've got like a new job, or the name Rob or Robin or Robert or R or Ricky or Rachel or Rashad or Evans or Barry or Dina. But like, I've got a new run, I've got a new job, I've got a new outfit, I need a new clothes, I need a new look, I need to look differently. I have like, they just keep saying new. This person looks different, feels different. I mean, I don't know. Whatever new means to you, Gemini. I mean, like I said, it can be crossed energy. It can be the other person, like, that has something new going on. But whatever it is, it's like, oh, new Ronald McDonald's. Some of you could be on a diet and you're buying different clothes. I'm actually currently on the Slimming World diet, and my clothes are getting slightly bigger. But like, so I need something smaller, but like, it could be that, like, I need some new clothes, or I need a new look, or something like that. New look, I need to go and buy some new clothes because I'm either getting bigger or smaller, whichever way you like. Okay, but they definitely keep saying like new look, and then, ooh, look at you looking different, or something like that. Okay. So, I don't know. Me, I've been on a diet for a while, but I have Gemini all up in this shit. I've got Gemini moon and stuff. But I haven't lost enough weight in order to buy anything new. So some of you might, okay, losing weight and you're buying something new. Okay, but just looking brand new. I'm looking to buy something new. Okay, so there you go. Or you're looking at a new person and they're new, and you're like, I'm looking in their eyes. I'm looking in their deep brown eyes. Oh, girl. So I'm looking in your eyes. Eye of the tiger, something around a Leo or an Aquarius. And I'm looking in your deep brown eyes, and I've got new eyes. I mean, have you got new eyes? Have you got new glasses? Listen, everybody, I've just got a new eye. Hey, I've now got two, but one's open and one's fake. But I've still got new fake tits. Someone could have big tits and they got fake tits. So like, I'm going to have some new fake tits. Whichever, but someone's got something that isn't real. Okay, so I've bought something that I've got that actually isn't real. I've got a new idea and I stole it from someone. Or I've got something that's new, but it isn't real. What is that? A reel? A fish? A reel? Fishing reel? Fishing rod? Fishing reel? I've got something real, but it isn't real. What the fuck is going on? I've got something new. It's like a rizzle. I've got something new, but it isn't real. It's fake. So it has to be something that you've bought that's fake. Like it's fell off the back of a lorry. It's not brand new, but they're saying you have got something new. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm confused. Let's see. I've got something on me that isn't real, like fake tits. I'm having fake tits or got fake tits, and they're not actually real. They're someone else's. So, okay, so you might be cheating on your husband or your wife, maybe. And I've got a new pair of tits, but they're not mine. They're someone else's. That can be. I've got myself a new cock, but the cock that I've got belongs to someone else. And I'm in a third party sleeping with someone where the cock actually isn't mine. It belongs to a new lady. Unless you are a lady boy and you was a woman and you've just got a new cock. So like, look, I've just had a new cock fitted. Or cock frost. But like, I've just got a new foster child. or I've just got a new, fuck knows, bro, I don't know what's going on. That's a bit weird. I have someone's cock, but it isn't mine, it belongs to another person, and we're maybe going to sleep together because their cock belongs to another. Ooh, be careful of an STD. So let's see, Gemini, or the other person, or Capricorn, one or the other. But I have something new, it isn't mine, it's fake. It's from someone else. Okay, so someone could be stealing someone's ideas here, because that has come up in the past readings of someone stealing other people's ideas. And it's kind of like, oh, I've just come up with this new idea and I'm going to tell everybody about it, but it actually isn't mine. I copied it from someone else. Like, huh, could be that. I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing. I have something that isn't mine. Like, I have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but they're not actually mine. They're someone else's. Or I've got an idea, but it isn't mine. It's actually someone else's. Or I've got a new cock and it isn't mine and it belongs to someone that had their cock chopped off and I'm having their cock. Like, something like that. I don't know. Cock frost, maybe. Don't know. But let's see. Something that is mine, but it isn't actually mine. It's on loan. Oh, it could be on loan then. Like, I've bought a new car, but it actually isn't mine. It belongs to the bank. I've got a new house, but it isn't mine. It belongs to the bank. Like, so it's mine, but it isn't. I've got to pay for it. So it might be something that you are buying, but you're not actually paying for it all in one go. You're just kind of like, well, I want that, and I'm going to get it, but I'm going to pay it off bit by bit. Okay, so it's like a loan. I'm going to take out a loan, buy something, and then pay it off in installments. It might be that, and it's not mine until I've paid for it. Something like that, okay? So, Gemini, how you doing, guys? So this is what we're doing up here. Okay, if I use my right hand, right hand. If I use the right hand, which happens to be my right one, up here, where are you now? Challenges. What triggers them about you, Gemini? So, like, be like, if Gemini, if you're a Raven lunatic, it might come up in the reading. I don't know, bruv, right? But we're going to see. So, where is Gemini now? Where is Gemini now? Where are they now? What are they doing now? So, in love with someone, in love with your job, in love with your knob, in love with Rob, Rachel, Rashad, Evans, Barry, Tina. But I'm in love with a beautiful woman. Okay. Bam. 10 of Cups, Pisces. Where am I now? Daydreaming about my lover that I've just cut off. So is someone having like a vasectomy or something like that, having it cut off? Like, okay, sorry if this is personal for people, but it's kind of like I had something on my body and I've had it took off. And what I've had is a new one in replace of, like, say, like if I had cancer and it was breast cancer, I had like my breast taken off. But then later on, I've now had it replaced with something else, like a heart, like I've had a heart condition and a heart attack, and I've had it replaced by a stint or a fake heart or something like that, like a fake eye, a fake heart, a fake leg. I don't know, man. But like I've got something, but I'm faking. I don't know, man. It could be a body. Why am I picking up like a body part? There's something on me that was on me, but it got taken off and then I replaced it with something else that isn't real, it's actually fake. Okay, so it could be boobs or something like that, I don't know. Okay, but it could have been an operation that someone had or is having. Don't know why I'm picking that up, Gemini. It isn't going to be for all of you, obviously. Like, well, bruv, I've still got everything belongs to me, so like, what? Unless you've had something stolen. Might be money, but I've had something stolen and I didn't realise that it was taken from me. Because this is like unaware. Like I'm unaware. The fact that my partner's cheating. Like, yeah, I'm completely unaware. Well, who sung Unaware? That was Stone. Alan Stone. Alison, Ali, Abigail, Amber. Or anybody's got A in their name? Or Stone, or S. Steve, Sarah, Sassy, Abbott, Steve. Like, I don't know, but he's an artist, singing artist. So is it someone that's like, well, I mean, sequencing, like music, right? For instance, people that do music, right? Could be that. I do this sometimes, not all the time, but I was looking into it actually, so it's probably that. When you sample music, right? When you sample music, I can't point down here, but at the moment there is a machine plus, right, and it's a sampling machine, and you can get like old time music, right? And you can like rip it off pretty much, and they do that, like old soul records, and you put it into like a mixing and mastering thing that's down here, and you press a button and it'll play like 4 seconds of something, and then you make your own sequence out of the sequence of a song that was already wrote, and then I'll sequence it, and then I'll put a beat over it, and that's what rap artists do, for instance. Sometimes when you hear something, they're like a remix of it. Okay, so it's like remixing something. Like I've got something that isn't mine and I'm adding parts. I did actually download something earlier because I was looking at what I can do to mix and master. I was kind of like, oh. So I looked up like old soul records, and I was kind of like, right, I could probably put this in the machine, and then I could probably just like, you know, mess about doing things and blah, 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 and then put a beat over it. And in the music industry, they're allowed to do that, but you're only allowed to play like 8 seconds of a certain thing, right? So it's kind of like that. People do this. I do this sometimes for editing when I used to do vlogging, right? For instance, you'll notice that people they'll do a sequence of their reading or something, like I did for my readings a while ago. I would put like a 5-second snippet of like someone fucking laughing, or I don't know, like going bang, and then like, you know, a clip of a video that isn't someone's, it's actually ripped off from a film, and then, you know, that. It's kind of like that kind of thing, like I'm ripping something off that isn't mine, it's someone else's, but I'm ripping it off. Like that, like ripping ripcord, like Tom York. Like ripcord is also like abandoned music. There's something there about ripping vinyl or something like that. Music, ripping it off, or being ripped off. Like I feel like I'm being ripped off, like I'm being cheated out of something, and like I'm not getting what I've owed and what I've paid, and I feel like I've been ripped off. Okay. Feels like I just bought something, right? Like someone here could have just bought something, and now I feel like I've been ripped off. I paid for something and I didn't get what I expected. Like I paid for it and I feel like I got ripped off, where the product turned up and it isn't quite what I thought it was. It's like that. Or it's a blind date and the person turns up and it's like, oh, I didn't quite think that you were going to look like that or be like that. And you're not quite what I thought. Like, you know, you're actually like fake, prosthetic fake. Like it's not like everything on you is, sorry if this is personal for people, I'm just channeling. But I'm picking up where it's kind of like, okay, I've like a photograph isn't real, it's someone else. Like it's not my photograph. It's an image of someone, like a spitting image that it isn't mine, like AI, for instance, right? There's AIs all over the place, but like AI, okay, it isn't actually me. But like this energy of like, say, for instance, someone's like really getting to know someone, they're like, my God, you look great, but it actually isn't the person, it's someone else. Like, be careful of like catfishing or anything like that, like fake pictures. Like it's a picture, but it's a fake one. It's not actually the person. Like I got indicative with this with a Capricorn and Laura Felix. Okay, like the pictures that they'd got, photographs, were all self-imposed. Okay, they're all like pixelated. You could zoom right up to the picture and you could see that it was all pixelated, like it was been altered and like added filters and you know, like different colored hair and this, and you're like, actually you look like a model there, but yeah, that's not what you look like on your profile. You look completely different. Like that, like it just, you know, you think that it's me, but it actually isn't. Now, if that relates to any of you, I don't mind what it is right here. Just don't take offense to it. I'm just saying that someone either has like a lot of fake everything about them and it actually isn't the person, it's fake. Or like the insides are not like the outsides. The outsides are great, but the insides are terrible. Or the insides are terrible, but the outside is great. Or the outsides are terrible and the inside is great. Like it's like that, like, oh, you don't quite fit the bill, like you're not quite what I was looking for. Like you might be a really nice person, but I really want someone that's better looking. Or the other way around, you know, like, I don't know, like, you know, analysing someone and thinking, well, you're not quite what I thought. Like, I really thought you were someone else, like, but you're not quite what I thought. Like, people can get into this where they talk to people on, like, the internet, for instance, right? And it's kind of like, for instance, like, say, I don't know why this is coming up, but I'm going to have to run with the energy here, Gemini. It's kind of like, say, a tarot reader, right? For instance, like a tarot reader, right? And you see their hands all of the time, and they've never shown their face. And then all of a sudden, after so many years, they eventually show their face, and you're kind of like, oh, I didn't expect that you were going to look like that. Like, I didn't think you were going to look like that. Now, that can either be a good surprise or a bad surprise. But, like, I don't know. It's kind of like, you know, I don't know what you look like, and then suddenly you reveal yourself, and, well, I didn't realize that you actually looked like that, right? And that could be because of, like, filters and stuff or whatnot, or Philadelphia or Philly. Well, a Philly here is like a really fit dog, like a Leo, but like a Leo or a cat, like, you know, but like a Philly is kind of like, okay, well, I'm hearing also affiliated, like I'm not actually affiliated. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like an illegal citizen. Like, okay, I'm doing some work, but I'm not actually affiliated. I'm not actually supposed to be doing this, but I'm just stepping in at the moment for someone, but I'm doing it illegally. Because if I get caught doing it, then I'm not actually affiliated. I don't have the credentials. I don't have the qualifications. I'm just making out that I have the qualifications to get my foot in. It's a little bit like, say, for instance, right, you're asked to do a job, right? And someone says, okay, look, I know you haven't got any qualifications, and to be quite honest with you, I can't give you the job, but I do need someone to sit in for somebody. You won't get any hassle. The police won't turn up or anything like that. I just need you to sit there and do this. And then, like, if anybody asks, you're this age and you're that and you're the other person's name, right? I used to do this when I worked for a Libra. Sun was a Capricorn, right? For some reason, it's kind of making me think of that. And normally, or Normanton, okay, Laura Felix, you're all up in here again. Yeah, never did see what you look like. What do you look like anyway? But like I did this once, right? It was actually against the law, but I don't give a fuck. I don't work there anymore, right? But I used to drive children to and from school all of the time when I was building up this business, and I was working for elderly people, building a tarot card channel, and then also doing this, right? And elderly people and kids. When I first started driving for children, okay, I didn't have a taxi license. I had a driving license, but not a taxi license, right? And I didn't have a license to actually sit in front of a school in order to pick up children, right? But oh, trust me, I was legit. They knew that I was, right? I'm not a fucking weirdo. But the company asked me and said, look, I do need your help for 2 or 3 days for a week until you pass your test, right? So if you can do this for a week, I'll put you through your test, and then when you pass, you'll have your certificate, right? But I need you to do it for a week. But if you turn up at this school and you get asked, just say that you are this person's name, and then when they look it up, their database will say that it's that person, you know. Luckily, that never actually happened to me, and I got my certificate, I passed my test, I passed all of my police records, and I got to work with kids, right? But at the time, they really needed someone to help them, and I was like, well, I'm not going to say no because I need the job, right? So, yeah, I'll do that for a week, but I really hope I don't get fucking caught, and I'll shit in myself, right? To be honest with you. It seems like for some of this is, you're probably going to get bored if it doesn't relate to you here. But normally when I get a vision or something and it kicks off, it's there. It's like around my job. You're not like, you haven't got the qualifications to do this, and you haven't got your driving license yet, taxi license, but you have got a driving license. So I need you to do it. But your driving license isn't good enough. Okay. So like, I have a license, but the license that I got is run out, for instance, right? Say if you're a digger driver, okay, I've got an old license to kill, like James Bond, 007. But I've got an old license, but I'm still driving on my old license. They don't know that I haven't got a new one. It's something that is in your channel, because trust me, bruv, these cards do not say this, Gemini, right here. But it is something that I'm hearing that is like that isn't real, it's fake. It's like a fake identity. Here's someone's identity. It's not you, but just make out that you are them, okay? And then use these credentials it's kind of like someone handing you a credit card, right? And they hand you a credit card. And you use that in order to, some of you, be careful about being fucking scammed here, man, because I don't know where this is going, this message. Like handing in a credit card and using someone else's credentials to say that it's me. Be careful if you've got kids or of America or Kim, right? But like kids that are like using credit cards, and it's kind of like, okay, I'm going to order a PS5 game or whatnot, and I'm going to put my mum's credentials in on my PS5, and I'm going to buy a PS5 game that's like 80 quid, but I can get it, and then I'll just fucking say, oh, yeah, you know, once I bought it, it's too late to actually send it back, and I've got it now. It's like that. Someone might have someone else's credentials that they're using to buy stuff here, because it's involving money. It's like a fake credit card or a fake account or an accountant. It could even be where you're being ripped off with tax or like, you know, something like that. I don't know. Or you're asked to do something where like, look, if you take, it's like cash in hand, right? Here. Yes. Right. You don't have to put it through the books. Here's some cash. You don't have to put it through the books. You can just take the cash. No one will know any none the wiser. Yeah, fucking everybody. Well, I mean, I don't know about you lot in America, but people over in Britain do it all the time. But you know, like, you know, I'll tell you what is also coming up in my mind. Some of you are going to be real bored of me, man, but these messages really might relate to you. Like, the time is running out. If any of you have never paid, here we pay national insurance, it's called, right? National insurance. It could be to do with a car, house, or home, or anything like that. But like national insurance, right? So we pay so much money per month in our national insurance. That goes towards our state pension. So like when I am now 75, I think the state pension's gone up to the limit of my age. When I get, no, it's never 20 years for me. I can retire in 20 years time, me, right? 20 years. So I will be 67 years old. I'll be able to retire, right? The limit of that, when I was younger and I was stupid and doing stupid shit, I never contributed towards my tax, right? My money for me, okay? So national insurance, contributions towards national insurance, towards state benefit of pension scheme, right? Never paid it for quite a few years. My dad actually said to me at the time, the shit that you're taking in your body, son, at that age, you ain't going to be a fucking live, so don't worry about fucking paying it. Here's cash in hand, right? The state pensions ain't going to be about when you're older, right? Unfortunately, my dad died, and they are, and I stopped messing about, and now my future is kind of like, oh, I wish I'd have paid that fucker off, right? So the year of when you can retire gets higher. But I do know that is coming up in Britain, if you're in Britain, is coming up to the time where you can go back 5 to 6 or 7 years and repay the money that you missed. When you miss that deadline, you're not going to be able to go back and pay tax. Something here about money, man. I ain't going to explain it here because I think a lot of you are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Right? But it's kind of something like that. Like there's a deadline. Okay, a deadline that I have to pay something off, and I've got to pay it on time, and it could be involving tax or money or a car or loan, like something like that has to be paid off, right? Now, where are we? Well, so that's channeled weird stuff. So where are you now? Well, you're saving money now at the moment for a lot of you. Saving money, happy at home, building my business, cracking on as usual. Crack Jack, Julian, Jason, Jesse, Jackpot. Some of you are Jackpot. Charlie, either taking cocaine or you're called Charlie. Or Layla or Eric Clapton. Or the other, I forget what I was going to say now. Jackpot. Smoking pot. Smoking weed. It's a bit like, can I have it on loan? Like, I'll pay you when I get paid. Like, when I get paid, I'll pay you. Can I have it on tick, is what they call it in Britain. Okay, can I have something on loan until next week or month, and then I'll pay you when I get paid? It's a little bit like that. Okay. So, Challenges. What is Gemini going to be challenged with this week, please, for Gemini? So Gemini, your whole weekly reading, by the way, guys, is over on Patreon, and I've altered it as well. So, trust me, they are doozies. If there are third parties or people realizing that there might be someone else in this outfit, well, then you need Patreon. Right, so you're going to be challenged with making a decision about a mother that someone might be blocking off here. 5 of Cups, past energy, and the 8 of Swords. So your challenge is to leave someone. Are you staying with them or are you leaving? Are you doing the past energy or not? This is also, are you coming over tonight or not? And this is a no energy. So it's kind of challenged with, okay, so you don't want me to come over and visit or stay. If there's an argument, because this might not be an argument, if this is an argument and it's someone from the past, it's kind of like, well, it's either going to be yes or no. You want to work on this behavior or you don't. You either want to talk sensibly or you don't. But I do not want you in and out of my life like a fucking yo-yo, treating me like yo-yo knickers, where they're up and down and up and down and up and down, right? Okay, so you either get your cock out and you use it in the correct manner or you go and stick it in someone else. But if you're doing that, then I don't want to know about it right here. So this 5 challenges you either move away from your past and say, no, I'm done, I'm finished, I want to be on my own. Okay, or challenge with talking with the Queen of Swords. We need to talk about this other person. We need to talk about us in a relationship. Okay, are you going to accept the way I am and are you going to accept the way things are or not? Are you pleased or not pleased? Are you happy or not? But one here is a challenge of a discussion about a past partner that might keep coming back into one's life, confusing it after a breakup. Every time do I try to get over you, do you come back in my life trying to convince me to go back into what we was before, the way that it was before, speaking like we used to, getting on like we used to. Do you want to or don't you? Okay, some of you could just be challenged with a parent, a mother or a father, and that's what you're challenged with. Is someone that constantly goes around and around in cycles with, or Michael, that I can't never breathe. I can't get out. Like I work from home and I live here, and it annoys me. And my challenge is continue to live here or move. Like remove the elephant from the room, right? I've got to get out of my room. I've got to get out of this place. I can't stand it. If it's kind of like, no, I'm fine where I am, bruv. I don't need to move out. I'm fine. I don't get on with the person, but I can handle it. There's not a challenge. The challenge is it's just not getting on with someone. That's a challenge. Again, here. So, oh dear. Cool. There's, sorry, Gemini. Just give me a second. I've got to put this aircon on. You shouldn't be able to hear it. But it is proper warm in the UK at the moment, and I can't think straight. So let's see. So what is it that triggers this person off about Gemini? What is it that this person doesn't like about Gemini? And what triggers them off about Gemini? Hopefully nothing, Gemini. Well, that you're calm and free-willing and just moving on with your life. Yes, Gemini. Like, you know, you're easygoing, you're loving, you're prepared to move on. See, this is a challenge. Look, I'm prepared to move on. I'm forgot it. I'm moving on with my life. Okay, if you want me to forget you and I don't want you, then that's up to you, but I'm willing to leave. Like, because this is like, oh no, don't leave me, don't go. Like, I want you here. Like, I want to be with you. I want to be trapped in this circumstance just as much as you don't. You're like, hold on a minute, bruv, that doesn't make any fucking sense, right? I want to be trapped in this situation as much as you don't. Yeah, I like living like this. You're like, well, I don't. You know, I want out. I don't want to keep going through this. So I'm willing to leave you if you don't like it. It's like an ultimatum, right? You can either buck your ideas up, young man, or you can leave, right? Here. You can either do this or get out, right? And then that could be a parenting energy, or it can be the challenge is a person comes back and they want to reconcile. And this energy of a trigger is, what, you're really okay without me being in your life and moving on? Yeah. I'm a Gemini. I don't really give a shit, Dave. You do what you want. 6. Gemini or Cappy, but Gemini, right? So I don't really give a fuck, Dave, right? I'm quite willing to walk out. But like I said, if this relates to you here, and you are a Capricorn, and the messages relate, there you go. 6 Gemini, Capricorn, life path 6, right? 6. One of you is like, I don't really care. Like I'm not going to stay like this. So if you're not going to change and you're not going to make me a true offer of a relationship and do things differently than what you have in the past, we can either move together, move in together, move on together, be together, or I can just move away from you completely and utterly and forget you like that and just get on with my life. And I can literally just block you out, because I had done, because I'd forgot about you. I've like blocked you out and you're not listening to me and I'm not listening to you. Blocked. 5, not listening, neither are you. There is no change because people don't. They are what they are. So if you're not showing any signs of change and you're not willing to commit to me the way I see it and the way I want and what I want for me, if you're not going to give me that emotionally or physically or mentally, I'm off. There's your ultimatum. So what triggers this person off about you, Gemini? That you're willing to walk away like an adult, right? You know, I'm willing to just leave you on your own. I don't care. Like, I'm willing to go. If you want someone else, do that. Like, I don't mind. If you want to meet someone else, yeah, I hope you're happy. I wish you good luck. You know, I wish you farewell. I'm all right. Okay. I wish you were here, Dave, right? I wish you were here, but if you're not, then never mind. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, going around and around, just keep forgetting each other, because I can forget you. You're like, yeah, but that isn't fair. I thought that I meant something to you. Well, you did at one point, until you keep doing all of this. Right, you did. We did have a connection. We did have all of that going, but you fucked it up, right? So I'm willing to move on with my life and move away from you, like physically move away, or I'm willing to move on with my life. It's up to you. It's not down to me. I've told you what I want. Now it's up to you. What do you want? Oh, but I want to do the same. Well, you need to prove that then, because if not, I'm going. It's like that. Within the next 48, maybe. If it's happened, it's happened. I'm sorry, it's a fresh reading. Okay? But that's the story that I'm getting at the moment, Morning Glory. Could be someone from Manchester. What's the story, Morning Glory? So Liam and Noel Gallagher were from Manchester. Are you right, kid? All right, so it could be from someone from Manny. Or could be your nanny, or Annie, or grandma, or mother. And I'm going to move out from my mother. Well, I can move then. Right here, Glenn, someone from Scotland. Let's see. So, any messages for where Gemini is now? Where Gemini is now? Any messages for where Gemini is now? So you got thief. I told you, man, there was some kind of energy of robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. So it could be physical or emotional, and I've lost to you, and I've realised that you don't give a fuck about me anymore. And you're like, well, your tactics of manipulation didn't work. I told you I'm quite willing to move on without you if you don't want me. No, but I do. No, Dave. I don't want to hear yes, I do, no, I don't, yes, I do, no, I don't. That's confusing. I've had enough of it. I can move on from you. If you're not happy, I'm moving on. I don't want to argue about it. I don't even want to talk about it, Dave. If you're going to keep doing that, do it. I'm not going to pay any attention to you. I'm just going to move away from you. Okay? Bosh. Now, because I was channeling something to do with around theft, okay, because I was channeling something about theft, that actually is there. It could be a life path 7 or a Cancerian. Okay? Now, that could be stealing one's ideas, identity crisis, money, loans, bank. I don't know, man. But just look more towards what I was saying at the beginning of the reading when I was channeling it. I was saying there is something dodgy about something not being real and someone trying to get someone's money and robbing it, lost, theft, physical or emotional. Now, if you're like, well, there's nothing really going on about my money or assets because they're well protected, then it must be something to do with around being emotional, right? I am so emotional, baby. Mika, Amelia, anybody's got M in the name, like Madonna, okay? Or the name Donna, or Dan, or Danielle, or Danny, or Glover. So any M or D. M or D? MD. So an MD is a doctor or a nurse. An MD, feel like I've been robbed. physically, mentally, and emotionally drained, and someone could also be taking my money, and I'm unaware that it's disappearing. Like, where's all my fucking money going? Like, where is that going? Like, it's kind of like giving someone your credit cards, and you're kind of like, where the fuck is all my money going? Like, where are all my clients going? To someone else. Like, it's kind of like that. Like, someone robbing someone else's stuff, and you're like, where are all of my clients going? Oh, they're all coming over to me. I took them off you. Or something like that. Like, I don't know, some weird stuff going on. So let's see. So that's in the where are you now. Be careful of someone trying to take your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or your dignity, or I don't know, just like money, maybe. Okay. So what is this challenges? What's coming up in the challenge position for Gemini? Or Capricorn or life path? Creeping, watching. See, there's this energy of someone here that is watching someone really close of every move that they make, everything that they do or they say or they don't say. I'm watching you really closely to make sure that you don't slip up. But like I say, it might be like, okay, I'm going to keep an eye on this circumstance myself and see if they end up making the same mistake again. And if they end up going off, or they like leave me, or they get tempered and they're like, now they're okay, but I'm just going to keep an eye on them just to fucking make sure that they don't end up doing that. It's kind of like that. But there might be a stalker or a spy here. Right? But it could be in the family. Like I said, this could be where, like, oh God, I live at home and I'm at home and this person's constantly fucking, every time I walk out the door, like I try to get out my door and my kids or my family or whatnot, and you're like, oh God, I'm just trying to get into the kitchen. Why are you in? I'm just coming up because you are. And you're like, oh, stop creeping around me. I know that when I come out, you come out. Like, it's kind of like trying to come out, go out the front door. Okay, and when you do, your neighbour comes out all the time as well. And you're like, oh. Or something like that. Someone that you kind of like, I really don't want you around me. I'm trying to get out without you knowing, and then you just automatically hear what I'm doing because you creep around me all the time. Here, right? That's normally at the Eight of Swords, right? I can't. It's kind of like, say, a single mother, right? And they've got kids running around all over the fucking place, right? And you're kind of like, I'm just going to quickly go out on my own without the kids knowing, and I'm just going to, blah, 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 and have a breather. And as soon as you open your door, they're out there, Mom, I want something. You're like, oh, I just want some time on my own. Like, here, right? Because this can also be creeping to get you to come over. Like, oh, go on, please come over tonight. Oh, go on, I really want you to come over. Like, I feel lonely without you, and I really want you here. Like, I just really want to be with you tonight, and I really want you to come over. And, it might just be a couple that are saying that, I just really want you to come over, and I miss you, and I just, like, I'm going to play the martyr, the victim, right, here. Like, you're right, oh, I don't feel very good. And it's like, oh, what's the matter? You're like, you're like, oh, you're all right. You're like, no. And you're like, what's the matter? You're like, oh, I need your help. And you're like, oh, don't you worry, sweetheart. I'll come right over now. And you're like, sap, sake. Right? I got you right where I wanted you. Right? It's kind of like that. Oh, I can't live without you. I want you back. And you're like, oh, stop begging. Or Rebecca. Let's see. So what is the triggers? Show me the messages about any triggers for Gemini, please. So you've got hustling. See, again, man, this is something to do about money. But hustling, making it rain, focusing on money, getting it as well. So there's kind of like this energy here of a trigger. It's because someone's like, look, I'm off temporarily to get money. I'm like, yeah, but you work all the time. And you're like, well, I need to do extra hours. I need to do some extra shift. I need some extra outcome. And I'm after the money, Johnny. But be careful, because there is like theft here. Theft of someone after someone just because of their money. And then this does say making it rain, focusing on money and getting it. But this is also that trying to get someone else's money. Like, I'm trying to get what you've got. Like, you've got all of this great stuff, right? You've got it all, right? There it is. And I want some of that. I want what you've got, and I'm going to take it from you. Okay, something like that. I don't know what that's there, but it could be boyfriend, girlfriend situation kind of going on where, like, because it, like I said at the beginning, this was more like, look, I'm quite willing to just move on and not participate. Like, I don't care what's going on. You take it, you have it, you do what you like. You know? If you want her, go after her. If you want him, go after him. I don't care. If you want to take it, take it. I don't give a shit. But karma will get your fucking ass. But I don't care. I don't want involved in it, right? If you want it, take it, right? But I'm just going after what I want. I'm going after the money I want, the job I want, the person I want. That's where I'm going, right? I'm going forward to get this. If you don't care, if you know, it's like that, right? So that's kind of what I've got for you guys. If you're in a relationship and things are going well, it's basically just someone trying to get your attention, okay? To get your attention, to come over to here, to where you're challenged, and then this is basically the trigger is the outcome. That there really isn't one. There really isn't a trigger, right? Because you're in a couple, you're in a relationship. There is no third party. You're just getting on with it, blah, 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 you know, happy-go-lucky. So, you know, or, sorry, I can't come over. We can't meet tonight. That'll give you time to work, and I'm going to go after money, right? So I'm going to go after earning some more money, put some extra hours in because we're actually not meeting up tonight, right? It's one of those. Okay, so there you go, Gemini. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Your full reading, some of them have been really good today. I've done loads of them. I think I've done 5 readings for Patreon. Okay, so we've got Pisces, Gemini, Leo, Aquarian, I think there's quite a few. Capricorn, Gemini, Leo. I don't know, but if you want them, they're over on Patreon. That's where your weekly energies are, okay? So thanks very much, guys. Really do appreciate it. You need the silver or the gold tier, and I will see you next time.